What if everything changed today? Take a moment before continuing. Something allowed these words to find your exact moment. Very few are prepared for what I'm about to tell you, because not everyone will recognize this sign. Breathe slowly. Relax your shoulders right now. Imagine a warm light surrounding you, as if a heavy door were opening before you into a scene of absolute peace. In a few minutes, I will reveal the exact word that unlocks the mental clarity you've sought for years. But it will only work if you understand the pre-existing design that brought you here. You've waited longer than others imagined. What seemed like silence was movement out of your sight. Today, I acknowledge it. Listen carefully, because the frequency of this conversation is not for the merely curious, but for the chosen ones. The world is full of noise, of people chasing after the wind, searching outside for what can only be built in the depths of the spirit. You didn't arrive at this video due to a computer system error. You arrived because your inner search frequency has collided with an answer that the heavens had reserved for this moment. Let's talk about the exclusivity of purpose. Most people operate under chaos, urgency, and fear. But there is a remnant, an exclusive group that understands that true provision doesn't come from empty effort, but from divine alignment. When you align yourself, the universe has no choice but to conspire in your favor according to the laws the Creator established from the beginning of time. The prayer you are about to receive is not a collection of repetitive phrases. It is a precise tool. It is a decree of authority that separates the person of faith from the person of doubt. Faith is not a fleeting feeling. It is a legal certainty. It is knowing that even though your physical eyes see a wall, your spiritual vision has already seen the door. How many times have you felt like the ceiling is too close? How many times have you felt like your prayers are crashing against the bronze sky? That happens when you try to force results before transforming your identity. The spiritual high command requires that you first recognize who you are. You are not a victim of the economy. You are not a byproduct of your past circumstances. You are an original design, a masterpiece of provision being polished in the fire of waiting. What the world calls a crisis, heaven calls an opportunity for glory, but only 1% have the eyes to see it. The rest remain on the surface, lamenting what they lost, without understanding that what was gone was necessary for what is permanent to arrive. Mystical maturity consists of giving thanks for the door that closed, because that door led you directly to this encounter. Breathe again. Feel the tension leave your neck. In this receptive state, truth can penetrate the layers of your conscious mind and reach the core of your being. Provision isn't just money. It isn't just material possessions. It's clarity to decide. It's discipline to execute. And it's a peace that surpasses all understanding to keep. You standing firm when others fall. We are entering a dimension of revelation where the hidden becomes manifest. Prepare yourself, for the intensity of what is to come requires you to release all distractions. Turn off the external noise. This is your private moment. This is the audience you longed for during your sleepless nights. Those tears you shed in silence were not in vain. They were seeds. And today, the dew of heaven is falling upon that field you thought dry. The structure of your reality is about to be reconfigured, not by magic, but by principle. The principle of the word, because when a word of authority is cast into the void is filled. When a command is given from the Spirit, matter obeys, but you must be ready to bear the weight of the response. Many ask, but few are prepared to receive. Bibeng, Iri. You are demonstrating that your capacity to receive has expanded. Listen to the weight of this truth. Provision is not an external event. It is an internal emanation. Most people spend their lives knocking on doors, that don't belong to them, wasting their energy on terrains that were never meant for their purpose. But you, who have been guided to this very moment, are being called to operate from high command. To operate from command means to stop asking permission from circumstances and begin to dictate reality from your position as a child, an heir of infinite abundance. Discipline is not a burden. It is the language of respect for your own destiny. You cannot expect divine design to manifest in a life of disorder. The mental clarity you are receiving now is the first step in that provision. It is that moment of lucidity where problems that yesterday seemed insurmountable today appear as mere stepping stones. That is the mystique of awakening. When your mind aligns with the source, solutions appear before questions. Do you feel that change in your chest? It's the certainty that what is meant for you is on its way, not by luck, but by divine decree. Many get lost in the waiting because they mistake silence for absence. But today I reveal to you that silence is God's workshop. It is there that the pieces that will fit perfectly into your life's puzzle are crafted. What seemed like silence was actually a divine work growing without a sound, preparing you so that when the blessing arrives, it won't destroy you, but rather lift you up. The uniqueness of this message lies in your ability to discern. 99% of people will watch this video and only hear words. You are hearing frequencies of change. You are feeling the structure of your thinking being cleansed of scarcity, of vacant, of its difficult. Provision is a constantly flowing stream, but only those who dare to immerse themselves in obedience and mature faith are able to drink from it. This is the moment to stake your spiritual claim. Don't let the echo of your past mistakes drown out the voice of your future. Your past was a training. Your present is the positioning. Your future is the manifestation. Perseverance isn't just about enduring. It's about maintaining the same winning attitude as you traverse the corridor of uncertainty. And you have done it. You have walked through dark valleys, keeping a small flame burning in your heart. Today, that flame becomes a torch that will light the way for many others. True wealth begins with peace of mind. A man at peace is a man of power. A man with clarity is a man who cannot be stopped. That is why this prayer we are building together focuses on your center, on your ability to see the invisible in order to do the impossible. Do not seek gold. Seek the wisdom that creates gold. Do not seek favor of men. Seek the grace of the Creator that moves the hearts of kings in your favor. At this point in our connection, it's necessary for you to leave a seal of acceptance on the physical plane. This isn't for the algorithm. It's for your own declaration of authority. Write firmly in the comments, "My stand is firm and my provision is inevitable." By writing these words, you are materializing your faith and uniting your intention with the remaining people who, like you, are ready for the great awakening of their lives. It is your signature on the contract of destiny that is activated for you today. Continue breathing calmly. Feel how each letter you write or each word you think with conviction is tearing down the strongholds of fear. Scarcity is an illusion. The world tries to sell you to keep you small. But you are of a different breed. You are part of that 1%. Who understand that abundance is a birthright claimed with character and upheld with integrity. You have been tested in patience and have passed. Those who mocked your waiting will soon see the fruit of your faith, not out of vengeance, but as a testament that faithfulness has a reward that knows no bounds. The missing piece idea, that contact, that legal resolution, or that financial stability is being delivered to your spirit at this very moment. The physical manifestation is only a matter of time, and time is a servant of divine purpose. Keep your guard up. Don't let the distractions of daily life steal the seed that has been planted today. You are a steward of mysteries and a manager of blessings. Walk today with your head held high not out of pride, but with the dignity of one who knows they are backed by the most powerful army in the universe. Nothing that rises up against your peace will succeed, because your peace does not depend on this world. We have reached the point of no return. At this stage of our conversation, the noise of the world has faded, leaving only the naked truth. The provision you seek is not something to be pursued. It is something to be embodied. The law of spiritual exclusivity dictates that heaven does not bestow resources upon those who desire them, but upon those who are ready to manage them with the character of a sovereign. You have been refined, molded in silence, and today that sacred preparation finds its fulfillment. What seemed like silence was purpose at work, unseen. Every time you felt the path close in, it wasn't a wall, it was a redirection. The Creator was leading you away from what would diminish you so you could hold what will allow you to transcend. The mental clarity you now experience is the prelude to unprecedented expansion. Don't seek what is already guaranteed. Seek the depth of connection that makes it possible. Now, prepare yourself for the most important act of authority of this meeting. We are going to seal this atmosphere with a decree that doesn't stem from necessity, but from the high command, Father of all light and owner of all provision. I come before you in this sacred moment, not as one who asks from a place of lack, but as one who claims from inheritance. I acknowledge that my life is a perfect design, and that my name has been spoken in the celestial courts for this time of awakening. Today, I decree that all mental fog dissipates. I receive supernatural clarity to see the opportunities others overlook. My mind aligns with divine wisdom to make decisions that bring order, discipline, and abundance. I renounce all spirits of fear, all doubt that tries to hinder my progress, and all memories of scarcity that cloud my vision. I declare that the doors that were closed by human hands are now opened by the power of your word. What was stagnant is set in motion. What was dry is flourishing. My provision is inevitable because my faith is anchored in the eternal rock. I do not walk by sight. I walk by the certainty that what is mine is already coming to meet me. I assume my position of authority. My hands are ready to build, my heart to give, and my mind to expand the kingdom I represent. Today, I sever all ties with the legacy of failure and establish a new covenant of victory and perseverance. What is impossible for others is, for me, the next step in the divine plan. It is done. Everything has been fulfilled. Amen. Feel the vibration of these words within you. They are not merely sounds. They are keys turning in ancient locks. The atmosphere around you has shifted because you have chosen to alter your narrative. You are no longer the one waiting for something to happen. You are the agent through whom heaven manifests its glory on earth. The exclusivity of this moment is your greatest asset. Few reach this point. Few possess the spiritual stamina to sustain a word of this weight. But you, Ave, you are ready to emerge from this encounter and walk with a confidence that will astound those around you. You will not need to shout your victory. Your peace will be the announcement that something great has occurred in the unseen realm. Always remember, provision is the result of faithfulness in little, discipline in secret, and faith in uncertainty. Stand firm in your position. Do not let the world's report alter the report of the kingdom in your heart. You are part of that remnant called to lead, to provide, and to bless. This message has completed its initial cycle within you, but the journey has only just begun. If you have felt the power of this alignment, I invite you to seal this commitment by subscribing to this I Command frequency. Not to watch more videos, but to become part of the resistance that chooses faith over fear. I look forward to seeing you at our next meeting, where we will continue to delve into the mysteries of spiritual provision and leadership. What has been activated within you today is irreversible. Walk today knowing that the